Dr. Joe, do I have a bug story for you? However, unfortunately, my bug story, the bugs are real. Okay, this one's a gross one, so if you don't like gross stories, scroll on. If you like gross stories, stick around. Before I start this story, I want you to know that this man did die a peaceful, dignified death. It just took us a second to get there. So there was a man who was experiencing homelessness. He was in the ER for severe burns due to a fire at his homeless encampment. There, they also found that he had metastatic advanced terminal cancer. So he was in the hospital for about a week. They were doing wound care, trying to treat the burns, and then eventually transfer him to a skilled nursing facility and placed him on hospice per his request. The hospital gave him a report saying that he was extremely combative and constantly refusing care and kind of warning me. But when I saw him, he was very pleasant. There was definitely obvious mental health issues, but he was very, very pleasant and cooperative with me. So while I was doing my admission process, I looked over at the wall because something caught my eye. And I was like, because I saw hundreds of ants crawling all over the wall. Hundreds, just swarming the wall. And I'm mortified, thinking it's the skilled nursing facility that's just dirty or something. So I'm looking all around to be where are these ants coming from? Where are these ants coming from? And he's kind of not even bothered by it. But I did pull down his sheet to see if the ants were in his bed because there were so many. And I pulled down the sheet. Covered. He's covered. And not just ants. Ants, cockroaches, bugs I don't know what they are. And they're all coming from his wounds. I don't know how this went unnoticed. I do not blame the nurses or doctors in the hospital because I understand when someone's being combative and refusing care, you don't really have the time to fight with someone. They could have been all in his dressings, and then when he got transferred and stuff, they all started coming out. I have no idea. All I know is hundreds of bugs, all different types, were all over this man. I called in the other nurses at the facility being we need all hands on deck. Someone needs to help me. Thankfully, this man was willing to let us help. He didn't refuse at all. We did have to give him a bunch of pain medicine because he was in a lot of pain because of the burns. It probably took 2 to 3 hours, but we got him fresh everything. Completely scrubbed down, completely fresh sheets, completely fresh clothes, completely fresh everything. All bugs dead and gone. It was a lot of work, but it felt really good to help this guy and give him the care he needed. And he died peacefully and dignified about 2 weeks later. So that's my bug story. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. Thanks, Dr. Joe. Bye.